Key number 4, this is one that I come across sometimes. Clients will occasionally want to hide assets. I don't do that. And aside from the ethics of it and the moralities of it, it's just generally a bad idea. In today's world, financial transactions have a very clearly documented history. And it's, unless you run some kind of cash business and you don't deposit the cash and you just operate your life on a cash basis, which hardly anybody does in today's world, it's almost impossible to not leave a giant paper trail. So you don't want to try to hide assets. If you lie in court, or if you lie when you're answering discovery or giving an inventory, that's perjury. It's literally a crime. And whether a person gets prosecuted for that or not, a judge will definitely hold it against a person if they are shown by the other side to have lied during the proceeding, to have tried to hide assets. That's the kind of thing that a judge will really hold against the party. So let me give another client example of how this can hurt someone. I had a client who had an overseas investment account. And with all my clients, I have them fill out a form that gives me an idea of what all the assets are and where they exist, so I have background on the case. Well, during the case, the other side sent discovery that we had to answer, and in going through all the records, I discovered an overseas investment that my client had that he had not disclosed to me. And we were about to answer discovery, and he was about to have to give a sworn answer that these are all the assets that exist, and his desire was he wanted to lie about it. And as I explained to him, that's a very bad idea. You'll get caught. It'll hurt you in the overall case. Well, as I asked him more about this particular asset, it turns out that he owned it pre-marriage. Well, that made it his separate property. So what he was trying to do was hide an asset from her that would not, the judge wouldn't have had any authority to award to her anyway. So not only did he not need to hide the asset, we needed to disclose it and to make it very, very clear that this property was indeed his separate property. So that case worked out okay, fortunately for him. I found it before the other lawyer found it, so he never did lie under oath. But that's the kind of example of, and there are many, many examples at the courthouse every day of people getting caught in a lie. It's a very bad idea. It will turn the judge against you, and just not something that I would recommend. Last key to getting a good property division is you want to hire a good divorce attorney. Number one reason for getting a bad property division is a person does not hire a lawyer at all. The number two reason for getting a bad property division is they didn't have a good, experienced family law attorney. I've seen this so many times where somebody will, the other spouse will hire a lawyer, and they will think to themselves, well, why should I bother hiring a lawyer? Why should we have two lawyers in the case? That's twice the expense. I don't want to turn this into World War III. I just want to get this over with. And they essentially sign off on whatever was given to them. That is a very, very bad idea. At a minimum, at an absolute minimum, before you sign anything, you want to talk to a lawyer, have the lawyer review the documents, review the facts of your case to determine whether whether the deal that the other side is proposing is within the realm of reasonable. I have had many, many clients, or I should say people who've come to me, not clients, people who've done consultations with me months after their divorce, or even a year after the divorce, who at some point kind of wake up and realize, my gosh, I committed to financial terms in this divorce decree that just aren't fair to me and that I literally can't keep up with. I don't have the wherewithal to pay everything that it's requiring me to pay. So I've done many, many consultations with people in those kinds of situations. The bottom line is on a property division, there's really not anything you can do about making a bad deal. You get one shot at a fair deal. So it's very important that you get good advice and that you make a good decision at it, because it's nearly impossible, in most cases it is impossible, to undo a bad settlement. With kid issues, sometimes you can, under the right facts, change some of the terms. Sometimes child support can be modified. Sometimes possession and access and custody and all of those things can be modified. But those are kid issues. When it comes to property division and most alimony orders, there is no modifying it. Once you agree to it, you're stuck with it. So you want to make sure that you get a fair deal, because you only get one shot. So just to reiterate, the 5 keys to getting a fair property division in your Texas divorce are understanding that property division is not always 50-50, and your case may not be 50-50. Even though alimony is not technically part of the property division, you want to understand how it sort of fits hand in hand with property division in a lot of cases. Number 3, a really big issue, separate property, can make a huge difference in the overall outcome of your property division. You want to understand that you should never try to hide assets. That will blow up in your face, almost guaranteed. And you want to hire a good, experienced divorce lawyer to guide you through the process. So I hope that this has been helpful and educational for everybody involved. If anyone on the call would like to get detailed guidance on their particular situation, please feel free to call our office to schedule a consultation. The Houston information and the Austin office information are on the slide. Houston office website is houstondivorce.com. The Austin office website is morganlawaustin.com. And feel free to schedule a consultation, or if you're not ready for that, feel free to look at the resources on the website. There's a blog on each of those websites, and especially the morganlawaustin.com website has a lot of very good material on it, videos and a lot of other resources. I appreciate everybody listening. Hope you got a lot out of it, and if we can help you in the future, please feel free to get in touch with us. Thanks, and everybody have a great day.